Hi, this is Mitch Mitchell of I'm Just Sharing, and I'm doing another video for you today. Tonight, I'm going to talk about something that happened with tech support, my hosting company. And it's not all on them. A lot of this is on me, but I'm going to tell you this story anyway. So, beginning of the month, I got an email from the hosting company saying that I had to convert my blog from MySQL 4.0 to MySQL 5.0. Now, this means nothing to a whole lot of people, but basically, when you have a blog and you're self-hosting it, you actually have to create a file that becomes a database so that everything you decide to put into it goes into this database. And if you need to do something, you can export it and then import and do all kinds of things. So I did what pretty much everyone else does. I procrastinated and I waited. I said I got the entire month to take care of this. So then last Monday, I decided, well, it's time to at least take a look at this thing. So I went in and I signed into the thing and I took a look at this and I saw that, oh my goodness, I got to do something with this blog. So I tried. I did something with the database. I downloaded something and I was having all kind of difficulty. It just didn't work. I couldn't get everything to go. So that bothered me a lot. So I talked to tech support, called them the first time, and the guy talks me through doing some stuff. And then he says, well, now that you've done that, it's going to take a week. No, it's not what he said. He said it's going to take a day to, as you wait for this thing to come about. I said, okay, let's wait a day. Well, I waited almost another week. So I basically waited until last night to start trying to do something. And what I started trying to do didn't work. Nothing worked. So I called tech support again. And I got this young lady, and I don't no idea how old she is, but I know how old I am, so I know she's much younger than me. And so she talks me through some things, and she tries to do some stuff, and none of it is working. And so she says to me, well, you're trying this process, and I think it takes a little bit of time, so, let the time go a little bit. Let's see what happens. Okay, fine. So I do this thing. I let the time go, didn't work, nothing, getting really frustrated. Talk to a second person. They tried to do something. It didn't help. Talk to the third person. And so I'm on with the third person, and he's able to get my database up. Only problem is the database only went to 2009. And so basically I said to him, wait, I've lost 4.5 years of blog posts. Can't have this. And the blog looks different. This isn't right. He says, well, that's your file. So I'm looking at the file. I said, let me pull this file up. So I pull the file up and I look through the file and I say, wait, geez, this file only does go to 2009. I'm not getting the entire database. Now, here's the thing. When I was looking at my own files on the computer, and for people who have a WordPress blog, if you've ever set it up, you have a wp.config file. And that's the one, like when you create the database, you're supposed to put your information into it. So when I was looking at this last week, I had noticed that one of the files was dated 2009. My WP config file that I already had on the computer is dated 2009. Didn't think about it at the time, because the blog is much older than that, just so you know. The blog was actually started in 2005. I was hosted on this one site. They totally crashed and lost everything. I had to rebuild it on a different host in 2006, but it still goes back to 2005 because that's where the content is. So anyhow, I had to, go through all this stuff before. And so, like I said, I didn't think anything about 2009. Nothing. So I'm doing through all this stuff with this guy tonight, trying to upgrade to this 4.0. And after he got this file in there, I'm like, wait a minute. My database saved on my computer says 2009. And then he says, as he looks at it, he says, hey, I just noticed that the number is a different number in the file than what we've been working on. So I went back to my file and I put it back in and I had my blog back, and he said, oh, you don't have to upgrade this one at all. You already did it in 2009. So I had already done it in 2009. The email I got said I had to take care of something from 2006 or something older, and basically all I had to do was delete it, and I wasn't using it anyway. So there are a few lessons that I learned here. One, I learned that tech support really can only be as good as the information you give them. I thought I had given this guy everything. It turns out I had forgot that this file was dated 2009, and I had already created another database for it. Duh. Second thing is that I procrastinated. I could have probably saved myself a whole heck of a lot of time if I had done this when I first got the email at the beginning of the month. Because what the letter said is that as of April 30th, you're not going to be able to access any of your old databases. So, of course, I wait until late, pushing the date, instead of taking care of it at the beginning of the month where I wouldn't have felt such stress. Out of all the calls I made, I spent a total of 6 hours wasting my time trying to fix something that didn't need to be fixed. Could slap myself. And my friend Brian Hawkins of Hot Blog Tips says whenever I say that, I should do that to myself. And I'm not going to do it. Oh, wait, I just did, so I guess I am going to do it. So that should make Brian happy. I don't know about the rest of you. But this does point out that we need to be a little more circumspect in the things that we do. Just because we get something from someone saying, hey, you're going to do this and something's going to happen, we shouldn't panic. I mean, I went into a panic. Oh, my God. I got to do all this stuff. I got other stuff to do. Turns out, didn't have to do a thing. I'm betting this has happened to you here and there. You know what? Tell me about it. Give me a video response. Leave a comment down below. Or just laugh at me and say, I can't believe you spent all that time doing something you didn't have to do. Talk to me. I'm so lonely. Okay, no, I'm not really. Y'all take care. Here's tonight's video. Enjoy your day.